Go.
Go.
Well, you're saying go.
Go.
Okay, guys, so this is just going to be a really short video about what Eileen was asking about. Not jumping skills, not how to train jumping, not how to warm up, not how to stretch. What do you do for those dangly hind legs? That's what we're going to kind of focus on. Dogs that are dangling the legs, knocking bars, especially on turns. What I found is that's mostly going to be ab muscles, so core strength, lower back, core strength, and then inner thighs, everybody's favorite part, right? Dogs too. We want to get the dogs moving legs towards their body, so it's going to be the adductor group, everything in here. So dogs are moving legs towards their middle, and same with this stuff. Hip flexors, bringing the leg towards the body. If you do that to yourself, feel your sides and bring your leg up. You're engaged in that. So I want to have simple stuff that you can take to a trial with you or do without having to go buy tons of equipment. These little balance pods are for people. Of course, you can get them at Clean Run, Fit Paws, all that. But if you go to like Big Five, like I did, they're $19 and you don't pay shipping. So look for people stuff, go to Goodwill. If you don't have these, which are just little uneven surfaces, you can use a throw pillow. Throw it in your car, take it to the trial, do this. These are going to be strengthening exercises. So by having the dog initiate the action instead of me doing passive range of motion or stretching the dog with my hands. Here, Tart. Having the dog initiate the action is going to create strengthening the muscles. So I'm just going to be luring her into a position, Tart, to get her to hopefully pay attention. Front feet on the surface, so it's going to be your pillow or the balance ball, squishy. Not very high. I don't want it too much higher to change the line of the spine. Come on, Tart. Ready? Let's get going. So treats at the nose. She's already doing it. I want her to move off my pressure of the body, Tart, so that she's circling, more or less. I'll use your brother. Good girl. I want her back feet moving away from Tart, from my pressure. So front feet should be doing one thing, which is staying on the ball while she moves away. All I'm doing is walking into her. Some dogs take a lot more pressure to get them to move. She obviously does not. Both directions, okay guys? And positioning of the handler, get her still. I want treats this way at her nose, head straight. My second hand or my body across her body, so that my legs, that would be a hand. My hand is by her hind legs, pushing her this way. When I switch directions, I'm switching hands as well. So again, notice how I'm putting all this pressure on, tight, and she moves. If I don't switch hands and I start trying to push this way, I'm getting a curved spine and she's not moving, right? So your position, it's like herding cats, right here, like that. Notice there too, that was actually a good example of what I don't want to do. I don't want her on the floor just walking in a big circle, because watch, now her body's just following, right? Back feet, front feet. Come on, Tart. I want front feet doing one thing, and back feet, yes, good girl, going around. Okay, so what we're working there, guys, is inner thighs inside here, with the legs going towards the middle of the body. Toddy just loves that game, not so much. All right, next one, jumping up on you. Everybody loves to do that. Come on, Toddy. Yes. Actually, she's not all that great at this yet, because I haven't let her jump up, because my husband wears a uniform. Toddy. Well, when your dogs jump up, we might use, come on, Toddy. Yes. Under the elbows is where you want to hold them, so you're supporting their pelvis. So my hands are on her elbows. I'm going to walk her backwards. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Good. Yes, yay for you. She struggles a little bit. Put the elbows closer to her body. Yay for you. And let her down. Good girl. That's working our longitudinal muscles on the back, the belly, and hind end awareness, right? Because their back feet are having to go without her front feet. We don't, sorry, Susan. On us.
Okay, now go. It didn't come on record.
Back to the exercise of having the dog jump up on us and move backwards. Here's how not to do it, how not to support your dog. Okay, so I don't want to hold my dog. Yuck. I don't even like the feel of that. Come on, Tart. Yes. I don't want to hold them by the wrist. Look at yuck. No support there, right? This is really floppy, and her hips are floppy. It's just kind of asking for an injury because there's too much wiggly there. So Hands under the elbows. Right here. Cradling elbows. Elbows are close to the body. And backwards we go. All right? That's good for your rear end awareness, your abs, and your back. Somebody mentioned the sitting and begging is a great exercise for the core, and it is. Really good for the trunk, really good for the belly. Doesn't do a lot for the hind end. Because they're sitting on it, but that's okay. Woohoo! All right, Ditto's next.
All right, go.
Okay, so Ditto's out being demo dog now. Same exercise with him. He's never even done this because I didn't know this stuff back then. So here's a dog with a little less pressure. He's also got another physical issue going on, so I'm not going to do a lot of that with him. But anybody can do it. Anybody hungry? Get back on there. Also, if you've got two of these, and again, these can be throw pillows. Something just a little soft and squishy that's not very tall. Notice these are probably 4 or 5 inches off the ground. And he's not done this before, so I'm going to help him out. I'd like to have front feet on one and back feet on another. But again, he's got a little something going on, so we may not get it. Come here, Ditto. Yes, I'll take one. Good boy. But I won't really be able to show you because he hasn't done it, and I'm not going to push him because he's actually going to have surgery tomorrow. If I had all 4 feet on this with 2 on the back, 2 on the front, I'd want to just wiggle him a little bit. Yay! We'll take half. So that if he was on all these, come on, Joe. Woo. And notice how he's trying, he doesn't know where it is. Hind end awareness, hello. Retired agility dog, forgot. But I'd want to be able to rock him back and forth. So if he's on this, look out, Dick, that he's having to do this on his front feet and his back feet. And you can feel your abs working right there, different sides of that. Also your stabilizer muscles in here. So that's what I'd be asking my dog to do. I've never showed him that. If you don't have these, or this is kind of tough, if I had an older dog, which I do, he's 10, do the same thing on an orthopedic bed, right? Just, this one's pretty stiff, so it doesn't move as much, but I like it for just kind of a little bit of sideways. You can rock the dog yourself, but again, I want him initiating most of the action. I'm not getting a lot of movement on this bed. Air mattresses work great for this too. Fill it up to different levels of air and let your dog just walk on an air mattress. I will also want to do this. So I've got back feet on a different surface and just move him a little bit back and forth. You can feel if you hold your dog and he moves away, the different places that you're working. Your muscles here, your muscles here. Not so much on the inside of the thighs yet. But that's what we're going to do next. If you go back to Jan's world famous cruise control, right? Again, it's going to be the thigh muscles bringing the legs close to the body. So Susan, if you just kind of get him, his hind end. See how his legs are moving sideways and back? They're moving towards the center of his body and then away. That's going to work a lot of the adductor muscles that we want in the inside thigh. Okay, I'm dizzy, so we're going to go the other way. This can be done on a disc too, where you've got the front end a little bit more stationary. Again, I'm not going to ask him to do a lot because he's got some things going on. In fact, Susan, if you want to get the front of him, just down like his shoulders. For you vets and people in the audience, the way he's standing with his shoulder, pretty icky, right? He can't adduct this. It's got a massive tumor right here, lipoma, that's coming off tomorrow. But really, really affecting his movement, which is carrying over to a lot of other places. So it's going away. So guys, easy stuff you can do at home. Take some equipment with you. I'm also going to, at the end of this video, put some diagrams on the screen, just showing some of the muscles we're using. But basically, any exercise you can get your dog to do where they're moving their legs towards each other, hip flexors up, so sits to stands, sit over. Stand, yay. So that we're getting all those muscles engaged, because typically it's the dogs that are weak in the core, hip flexors, inner thighs, that can't bring those legs in or get fatigued and don't bring those legs up. I find it a lot more common in dogs without tails, your Aussies, your Rotties, your unfortunate cattle dogs with no tails. It's another story. So those dogs need more work even there. I usually try and do this with a dog 3 times a week, for strengthening, and it's part of my warm-up at a trial or any event. It's an ongoing thing. When you hear about all the iliopsoas injuries for these guys, that's the series of the core muscles that I'll show you later. Just gets used a lot, so it needs to be strengthened a lot. All right? Hope this helps, guys.
Here's what Ditto thinks of therapy. Get down. Come on, Ditto. Get that toy down. Get that toy down. Show him what it's for. Hey, look at you. Good boy, Ditto. Good boy.
All right. The end. Okay, the diagrams I'm going to show, just going to throw some pages by outlining some of the muscles we're trying to use. Mainly adduction is bringing the limb closer to the center of the body, like this cute little horse is doing, the part that's highlighted. So bringing the inner thighs in, bringing them close to the belly, and using the ab muscles to bring things in. Okay, so we're going to look at a few of those. It's my countertop, kind of fun. Inner thigh, the dog's facing to my right, or your right as you're looking. This is the inside of their rear leg. So the highlighted muscles there are the gracilis, which is this one back here, pretty large. The other highlighted one here, sartorius, nice long, big muscle. And then up here at the top we have the psoas major and psoas minor, which are going to be part of the iliopsoas, where we get lots of those injuries because they're not strong enough or dogs are just fatigued. So inner thigh, bringing, again, it's used to bring that thigh bone towards the center of the dog's body. This lovely view is, picture your dog lying on its back, like frog leg, right? So there's the sternum, everyone can recognize the ribs, right? And hind legs are splayed out like you're scratching your dog's belly. So hind leg, right rear, left rear. This is your dog's belly, and the highlighted muscles there again are the psoas minor, the psoas major, and the iliacus, which is down here. All these make up the iliopsoas. So they get a lot of use. Think of your dog curling into a ball, nose to their butt, right? They're going to really curl up these muscles. So it's bringing legs towards them. These are all going to be hip flexors, and they also rotate the thigh outward. Another one of the inner thigh. We kind of saw this before. Haven't highlighted this one. Dog's still facing to the right, so this is the inside of the left thigh. Gracilis, ginormous muscle, right? Need to use that one a lot, keep it strong. Sartorius, again, is this long one up here. And the adductors under that, you can see a little bit deeper. They all do that job, though, of adducting. The next little one is, this is still the inner thigh, same, dog's facing the same way, facing to the right, so it's inside the left rear. It's deeper. Those muscles, the gracilis and sartorius we just looked at, are gone. So we're deeper into the thigh. Look how thick this highlighted one is. That's an adductor. Right, so that's really doing the job of bringing that thigh in towards the middle of the dog's body. Up again at the top are the psoas, making up the iliopsoas. And last one, again, of the belly, with this one with a little bit more muscle still intact. Dog's on its back, head's up here, thighs open, right, you're scratching your dog's belly again. Just showing the ab muscles that most of us are familiar with, whether or not we see our own. We should know where our dogs are, right? And again, some that aren't marked on here are going back to our big thigh muscles that are pulling the legs towards the body. Sartorius, and this nice big thick one. Think frog legs. Remember this in biology? Your gracilis. Big, big muscles that get a lot of use, and the more you can strengthen those, the better the use your dog will have of those at high speed and on any surface.